There are men and there are legends. Men who don't just live life, they command it. Today we're talking about a man whose name became synonymous with strength, discipline, and unshakable control. Chuck Norris. But this video isn't just about him, it's about what he represents. Because in a world full of distractions, weakness, and instant gratification, there is a forgotten path, self-mastery. And that's exactly what we're diving into. Section 1. Before we even get into the 10 reasons, let's talk about something real. Most men today struggle, not because they're weak, but because they've never been trained to be strong. Discipline is not natural, it's built. And Chuck Norris is a perfect example of what happens when a man commits to discipline over comfort. Think about it. Martial arts training is not easy. Early mornings, pain, repetition, failure, over and over again. That kind of lifestyle forces you to control your urges, to delay gratification, and to stay focused. That's the same mindset required for retention. Reason number 1, unbreakable discipline. Chuck Norris didn't wake up one day as a champion. He built it brick by brick. Training when he didn't feel like it. Pushing when others quit. That's the level of discipline most people avoid. Retention is the same battle. It's not about one big decision. It's about the small decisions you make every single day. When temptations hit, what do? That moment defines you. Be honest with yourself. How many times have you said, just one more time, I'll start tomorrow. It's not a big deal. That's how discipline dies. And that's exactly what separates average men from men like Chuck Norris. Reason number 2. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. Chuck Norris trained his mind to obey him, not the other way around. Most people today are controlled by impulses. They react instead of choosing. But a disciplined man pauses. He observes. He decides. Retention strengthens that ability. Every urge you overcome, you gain more control. Reason number 3. There's something different about men who are disciplined, but you can't always explain it, but you can feel it. Presence, confidence, intensity. Chuck Norris had that. And it didn't come from ego, it came from control. When your energy isn't constantly drained, it builds, it sharpens you. Imagine walking into a room. One man is restless, distracted, looking for validation. The other is calm, grounded, focused. You already know who people respect. That's second man. That's the energy we're talking about. Reason number 4. Chuck Norris didn't chase everything. He focused on what mattered. Martial arts, acting, building a legacy. Retention helps eliminate distractions, because when you're constantly chasing pleasure, you lose your purpose. But when you control that desire, you redirect it into work, into growth, and into your mission. Reason number 5. There's a reason high-level athletes lived disciplined lives. Because your body reflects your habits. Chuck Norris trained relentlessly. He respected his body. And when you combine physical training with self-control, you create power. Not just strength, but endurance, drive, consistency. Reason number 6. Pressure reveals who you really are. In a fight, there's no hiding. Chuck Norris stayed calm because he was prepared, because he was in control. Retention builds that same calmness. You're not constantly overstimulated. You're not reactive. You're centered. Reason number 7. Martial arts isn't just fighting, it's philosophy. Honor, respect, and self-control. Even legends like emphasized mastery over self. This isn't a new concept. Strong men throughout history understood this. They didn't give in to every desire, they governed themselves. Reason number 8. Let's talk about presence. Real presence doesn't come from talking loud or trying to impress people. It comes from certainty, from knowing who you are. Chuck Norris didn't need validation. And when you stop seeking validation, people start respecting you more. Reason number 9. Anyone can be disciplined for a day or a week, but years, decades, that's rare. Chuck Norris maintained his level for a long time. That's what you should aim for. Not short bursts of motivation, but a lifestyle. And reason number 10. At the end of your life, what will matter? Moments of pleasure or the legacy you built? Chuck Norris chose legacy. And that's the ultimate mindset shift. Choosing what lasts over what feels good for a moment. Let's get real. This journey isn't easy. There will be days where you feel weak, where your mind tries to justify going back. But understand this. Every time you give in, you reinforce weakness. Every time you resist, you build strength. This is war. Not against the world, but against yourself. When the urges hit, don't negotiate with it. Move, do push-ups, go outside, pray, read scriptures, refocus your mind. Because the longer you entertain it, the stronger it gets. Cut it off early. This is bigger than just discipline. It's spiritual. Becoming a man who is in control, who lives with purpose, who honors God through his actions. That's the goal. Chuck Norris became a legend because he mastered himself. And that's the same path is open to you. Not overnight, not easily, but step by step, day by day, choice by choice. So the question is, will you stay average or will you rise? Stay disciplined, stay focused, and build your legacy.